Welcome, the rare gems. The hardest decisions in life aren't about choosing between right and wrong. They're about choosing between what's easy and what's necessary. Life isn't easy for those who refuse to follow the crowd, and if you're a Sigma female, you already know this. You've chosen a path that values independence over approval, purpose over comfort, and authenticity over fitting in. But that path comes with its own set of challenges that demand tough decisions. These decisions often set you apart, but they also shape you into the rare and extraordinary individual that you are. Being a Sigma female means embracing your uniqueness, even when it feels isolating. It means protecting your peace, even if it costs you relationships. It's about knowing when to walk away, when to fight, and when to trust your instincts above all else. These choices aren't easy, but they are what make you unstoppable. In this video, we'll dive into 10 of the hardest decisions every Sigma female must face in her life. Watch to the end and discover how these choices define your strength, wisdom, and power. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Let's dive in, my favorite people. Number 1. Choosing to be misunderstood rather than fake. Being a Sigma female means living in a world that rarely understands you and often fears what it cannot define. You're not the type to fake a smile, force a laugh, or nod in agreement just to keep the peace. You value honesty and depth far too much for that. But the price of staying true to yourself is steep. When you choose authenticity over conformity, people will misjudge you. They'll call you cold because you don't show affection on command, arrogant because you refuse to seek validation, and difficult because you stand firm on your principles. This is the painful reality of being misunderstood. It hurts to know that your quiet confidence is mistaken for indifference, or that your independence is seen as a lack of empathy. But despite the sting of judgment, you refuse to betray yourself. You know that being fake may win you approval, but it would cost you something far more valuable, your integrity. To be a Sigma female is to choose the harder path. It's standing firm when others try to reshape you to fit their expectations. It's walking away from people who demand your submission, even if it means walking alone. It's rejecting superficial praise and empty connections because you crave something real, even if real is rare. Yes, the world may never fully understand you, but you've learned to make peace with that. After all, their misunderstanding says more about them than it does about you. You're not here to fit into their narrative. You're here to write your own. That choice is painful, but it's also liberating. And in time, you'll realize that the freedom to live as your true self is worth every misunderstanding you endure. Number 2, accepting that not everyone can go with them. The Sigma female walks a path that is anything but ordinary, and with that path comes a painful truth. Not everyone can go with her. It's not about arrogance or a lack of love, it's about growth. As she evolves, her vision sharpens, her priorities shift, and the things she once tolerated no longer fit into the life she's building. It's a decision that weighs heavily on her heart, but she knows that holding on to everyone isn't always possible if she's going to keep climbing. People often expect loyalty to mean staying the same, but a Sigma female doesn't see it that way. To her, loyalty to herself and her growth comes first. She understands that not everyone is built for the journey she's on, and trying to drag them along only slows her down. Some people can't handle her ambition, others can't understand her independence, and many simply aren't willing to grow at the pace she's moving. Letting go is never easy. These are people she may have loved deeply, trusted fully, or leaned on in the past. But as painful as it is, she refuses to compromise her potential for the sake of comfort. She knows that staying in relationships or friendships that no longer align with her purpose will only hold her back. The Sigma female doesn't leave people behind out of coldness. She does it because she respects the truth. Not everyone is meant to walk every mile of her journey. And while the process of letting go can feel like losing pieces of herself, it's also a necessary step toward becoming the woman she's destined to be. For the Sigma, growth is always the priority, even when it breaks her heart. Number 3, cutting off family when boundaries are broken. For a Sigma female, few decisions are as agonizing as cutting ties with family. Society constantly preaches that blood is thicker than water, that family comes first no matter what. But Sigma females see through this illusion. They understand that boundaries aren't just guidelines, they're a form of self-respect. And when family repeatedly crosses those boundaries, no matter how painful it may be, the Sigma female makes the heartbreaking choice to walk away. This isn't a decision rooted in malice or anger. It's not about seeking revenge or punishing those who hurt her. It's about preserving her peace and protecting her mental well-being. A Sigma female knows that toxic behavior, no matter who it comes from, can destroy her from the inside if she allows it to continue. Blood doesn't give anyone the right to disrespect her, manipulate her, or take advantage of her kindness. The world may judge her for this choice. Cutting off family often invites criticism, guilt, and accusations of being ungrateful or selfish. But the Sigma female doesn't let these judgments define her. She knows the strength it takes to love someone yet still choose to step away for her own survival. Walking away from family doesn't mean she doesn't care. It means she cares enough about herself to refuse to stay in relationships that diminish her. It's a declaration of her worth, a stand for her emotional freedom, and a reminder that she won't allow anyone, family or not, to treat her poorly. This decision breaks her heart, but it also solidifies her strength. The Sigma female chooses self-respect over guilt, peace over chaos, and authenticity over obligation. She knows that even in the face of judgment, her well-being is not up for negotiation. Number 4, sacrificing short-term pleasure for long-term fulfillment. For Sigma females, the allure of immediate pleasure is always weighed against the cost of long-term fulfillment. They know that fleeting indulgences, whether it's a tempting relationship, a quick fix of excitement, or a job that promises easy rewards, are often distractions from their ultimate goals. While many people chase after instant gratification, the Sigma female resists, understanding that true success and happiness are built on patience, discipline, and sacrifice. Turning down short-term pleasures isn't always easy. It means saying no to things that others might dive into without hesitation, relationships that feel right in the moment but lack real depth, jobs that offer immediate financial relief but restrict their freedom, or opportunities for temporary enjoyment that might derail their focus. It takes an immense amount of self-control to put aside these pleasures when they could offer comfort or instant rewards. But for Sigma females, the real reward lies in what they're building for the future. This ability to delay gratification often goes unnoticed. To outsiders, it can seem like they're passing up golden opportunities or making life harder than it needs to be. But Sigma females don't mind. They understand that the discipline they cultivate now will pay off in ways that short-term pleasures never could. Whether it's creating a career they're passionate about, building meaningful relationships, or simply living life on their own terms, the long-term vision keeps them grounded. By sacrificing short-term satisfaction, they're investing in a future that aligns with their deepest values. It's not about denying themselves joy, it's about ensuring the joy they experience is genuine, earned, and sustainable. While others might indulge in the moment, Sigma females choose to endure the discomfort of discipline because they know it will lead them to a life they can truly be proud of. Number 5. Fighting against their own need for control. Sigma females thrive on independence, and with that often comes a strong desire to control their surroundings. They are used to managing every detail of their lives, setting the course and ensuring that things happen on their terms. But deep down, they know that this need for control can sometimes become a heavy burden, one that stifles growth, creates unnecessary stress, and prevents them from fully embracing life's unpredictability. The hard decision they must make, time and time again, is to release their grip on the need to control everything and trust the natural flow of life. This isn't an easy choice. As independent as they are, Sigma females can easily fall into the trap of trying to micromanage every aspect of their existence, work, relationships, and even their own emotions. They're perfectionists at heart, driven by a desire to shape every situation exactly how they want it. But they've learned that life doesn't always cooperate. Plans fall apart, people change, and unexpected events arise. And in those moments they must choose to let go, even when it feels like chaos is taking over. Fighting against their own need for control requires a level of self-awareness and emotional maturity that many never achieve. Sigma females know that the more they cling to control, the more they limit their own ability to grow. Sometimes they have to step back and allow things to unfold on their own, even if that means facing uncertainty or discomfort. It's a delicate balance between maintaining their independence and surrendering to the natural course of life. Letting go of control is one of the hardest lessons a Sigma female will ever learn. It feels like surrendering to chaos, but it's actually an act of strength. By relinquishing control, they make space for life's surprises and allow themselves to grow in ways they never could if they kept trying to steer everything. It's about finding peace in the unknown and trusting that life will work itself out, even when it's messy. A heartfelt thank you to you, Rare Gems, for being a cherished part of this community. Your encouragement and support inspire me to keep producing content that matters. I deeply appreciate you. Number 6. Rejecting promising opportunities that compromise their freedom. For Sigma females, freedom isn't just a preference, it's a core part of who they are. While most people chase after every opportunity that promises money, status, or recognition, Sigma females take a different approach. They understand that not all opportunities are as golden as they appear. A job with an impressive title, a lucrative deal, or a high-profile partnership might look perfect to others, but if it comes with strings that threaten their autonomy, they won't hesitate to walk away. This isn't an easy decision. Rejecting what others would kill for often invites confusion, criticism, and even ridicule. People might say they're ungrateful or overly picky, but Sigma females aren't interested in pleasing the crowd. They see the bigger picture. To them, no amount of money or prestige is worth losing their freedom. The idea of being micromanaged, controlled, or locked into a situation that stifles their independence is a deal breaker, no matter how appealing the offer may seem. Every time they turn down one of these too good to be true opportunities, they're reminded of the price they pay for staying true to themselves. It might mean missing out on short-term rewards, or having to work harder to create their own path. But for Sigma females, the trade-off is worth it. They'd rather carve out their own space on their own terms than be confined by someone else's expectations or rules. This decision takes guts and a deep understanding of their own value. It's not about rejecting success, it's about defining it on their own terms. While the world may chase after shiny opportunities, the Sigma female stays focused on what matters most, her freedom to live, work, and thrive without compromise. Number 7. Choosing self-respect over love. For a Sigma female, love is powerful. It's deep, it's genuine, and it's transformative. But she's learned, often through painful experience, that love alone is not enough to sustain a relationship. Respect is just as essential. When love exists without respect, it becomes a dangerous illusion, one that feeds the ego but ultimately drains the soul. The hardest decision a Sigma female faces is choosing her self-respect over the love she may feel for someone. Even when the emotional connection is strong, she understands that staying in a relationship where she is not equally valued would only diminish her sense of self. This decision isn't made lightly. Walking away from someone she loves requires immense strength and a deep commitment to herself. It's not about being cold-hearted or abandoning someone in need. It's about knowing that love, if it isn't accompanied by respect, is a one-sided transaction. Without respect, love becomes suffocating, manipulative, or demeaning. And no matter how fiercely she cares for someone, Sigma females refuse to be diminished by someone else's disregard for their worth. Choosing self-respect over love isn't about being heartless. It's about preserving the integrity of who she is. It's a decision born from the understanding that she deserves to be treated with the same honor, kindness, and appreciation that she extends to others. She won't allow herself to be trapped in a dynamic where she's constantly undervalued, even if the love feels real. It's a gut-wrenching choice, and it may feel like sacrificing a part of her heart. But Sigma females know that without self-respect, there can be no true love. The real act of love, she learns, is knowing when to walk away for the sake of her own emotional well-being. When love is present without respect, walking away isn't an act of rejection, it's an act of preservation. Number 8. Prioritizing inner peace over external validation. For Sigma females, inner peace is the foundation of everything they do. While the world often measures success by titles, accolades, or social approval, they've learned that these external markers come at a price, one that they refuse to pay. When faced with the choice between preserving their mental well-being and chasing validation, they always choose the former, even when it's the harder path to take. This decision isn't about lacking ambition or refusing to engage with the world. It's about understanding that no amount of external recognition can compensate for inner turmoil. Sigma females know the cost of environments that demand constant performance, whether it's in a high-pressure career, a competitive social circle, or a toxic relationship. The endless need to prove their worth to others only leads to burnout and a loss of authenticity. So, they make the tough call to walk away, even if it means leaving behind what others might see as success. Choosing inner peace means learning to set boundaries with people who drain them and walking away from opportunities that come with strings attached. It's a deeply personal decision that often goes against societal expectations. But Sigma females aren't interested in living a life dictated by others. They understand that true fulfillment comes from alignment with their values and protecting their mental and emotional space. By prioritizing inner peace, Sigma females send a powerful message. Their self-worth is not up for negotiation. They don't need applause or approval to validate who they are. Instead, they find contentment in living authentically and unapologetically on their own terms. This choice may not win them popularity, but it allows them to thrive in a way that external validation never could. Number 9. Forgiving without forgetting. In the mind of a Sigma female, I have forgiven you, we are not enemies, but I would rather you stay far. For Sigma females, forgiveness is not about excusing someone's behavior or pretending the hurt never happened. It's a choice to free themselves from the emotional weight of anger or resentment. But forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. They don't carry grudges or malice, but they do carry the lessons learned, knowing those lessons are vital for growth and self-preservation. Forgiving without forgetting requires a rare balance of compassion and vigilance. Sigma females understand that people make mistakes, and they're willing to give grace where it's deserved. However, they also know that blind forgiveness can leave them vulnerable to repeated harm. Their ability to forgive is a reflection of their emotional maturity, but their refusal to forget is a mark of their wisdom. They see forgiveness as a gift they give to themselves, an act of release, while their memory serves as a safeguard for the future. This mindset can feel isolating at times, especially in a world that often equates forgiveness with complete reconciliation. Sigma females, however, don't see it that way. They forgive for their own peace, not to repair relationships that no longer serve them. Forgiveness is their way of moving forward, but forgetting would mean dismissing the hard-earned insights they gained through their experiences. By choosing to forgive without forgetting, Sigma females protect their boundaries without closing their hearts. They remain open to life and its possibilities, but they do so with their eyes wide open. This duality, compassionate yet cautious, allows them to navigate relationships and challenges with grace and resilience. It's a difficult path, but it ensures that while they may forgive others, they never betray themselves. Number 10. Saying no to power that comes with strings. For Sigma females, power is only meaningful when it aligns with their values and allows them to stay true to themselves. While many chase authority and influence at all costs, Sigma females approach it with caution. They understand that power often comes with strings attached, hidden agendas, unwritten rules, and the expectation to compromise their integrity. And for them, no amount of influence is worth sacrificing their independence or principles. Saying no to power is not an easy decision. Opportunities for leadership or authority often come wrapped in promises of prestige and recognition, but Sigma females see beyond the surface. They ask hard questions. What will this cost me? Who truly benefits? What am I expected to give up? If the answers don't sit right with them, they walk away without hesitation, no matter how enticing the offer might seem to others. This decision is often misunderstood. People might label them as unambitious or ungrateful, assuming that turning down power is a sign of weakness. But Sigma females know it takes far more strength to say no than to blindly accept a role that doesn't align with who they are. For them, power is hollow if it's gained at the expense of freedom, authenticity, or peace of mind. By refusing power that comes with strings, Sigma females protect what matters most: their autonomy. They'd rather build influence on their own terms, even if it takes longer or looks different from the traditional path. This choice not only preserves their self-respect, but also ensures that when they do hold power, it's real, untainted, and fully theirs. It's a tough call, but one that solidifies their identity as leaders who cannot be controlled. The journey of a Sigma female is anything but easy. It's filled with tough decisions, each one requiring her to prioritize her growth, peace, and integrity over the comfort of conformity or temporary satisfaction. The truth is, Sigma females don't shy away from hard choices. They embrace them, knowing that every decision is a step toward the life they're carving out for themselves. From walking away without closure to choosing self-respect over love, Sigma females choose to honor their own worth, even if it means going against the grain. What sets them apart is the clarity of vision and the strength of character they possess. They understand that the path to their own version of success isn't paved with shortcuts or easy answers. It's about choosing authenticity, growth, and inner peace, no matter how painful the decisions might be. Every Sigma female knows that these hard decisions are what shape her into the person she's meant to be: fearless, unapologetic, and unstoppable. If you're watching this, you're probably a Sigma female yourself, or at least have the potential to be one. So take a moment to acknowledge your strength and resilience. Know that the hard decisions you make today are the foundation of your future. Embrace the discomfort, trust your journey, and keep choosing the path that aligns with who you truly are. Your story is far from ordinary, and every decision you make is a reflection of your unique power. Keep walking your path, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more empowering insights. You've got this. Take care, and see you in our next video. God bless.